Alright, we should be recording now. Hello everybody, Benjamin Michael Gamer here. Usually you'll see me on Twitch. Today we're doing another little nice cozy YouTube video. And we're gonna go in here, we're gonna go to Tanglewood Drive, and we're going to try to figure out a ghost based on just behavior again. Now, I set up a little bit different of a custom today. So, the starting sanity is only going to be 50% because I'd like the ghost to hunt, because obviously we're basing this on behavior. If we cannot figure out based on behavior, let's say that it's just simply a normal speed ghost, normal line of sight, it's kind of hard to really figure out exactly what it is. I do have a couple of evidences turned on, so we can get some evidence if we need to. But starting sanity is 50, sanity restoration pills are 20, so I can restore a little bit of sanity if I need to. Let's say that we're trying to test for like a mare, or we're trying to test for shade. There's a very fine line in between where they will or will not hunt in certain situations. Like a mare, for example, they will hunt in the dark at 60%, or they will hunt in the light at, hunt in the light at 40%. I don't know why I always get that mixed up. So right in there is like a little sweet spot where if I'm trying to test for mare, it's really important that I am able to increase my sanity, but not by so much, because I want to keep it in that slot to see if I can figure out exactly when it's hunting, where it's hunting, why. The ghost, everything else is pretty much set up. Roaming frequency, changing favorite room, that's all high. I've even turned up interactions and event frequencies, so that way we get a lot of action from the ghost. Set myself a little bit of a grace period, because I've turned off hiding completely. I deducted the time frame for fingerprints. Instead of 2 minutes, it's only going to be for 1 minute. But doors starting open high, like I said, number of hiding places 0, and that is why I increased the grace period a little bit, because I'm going to have possibly a long stretch to run for hiding where I'm in full view of the ghost when I'm trying to get away. Sanity monitor is on, again, so I can monitor sanity. Activity monitor is going to be pretty much useless. We do have a cursed possession if I do need to force a hunt. So let's go in here. Hopefully I won't have to gather evidence. Hopefully we're going to be able to figure out this ghost purely on its behavior, but if not, like I said, we do have the evidence for backup if I need to kind of narrow it down a little bit.
Alright, we're here.
So here we go to Tanglewood. I will definitely bring that with me. I'm going to bring this. Now, mind you, if it hunts right off the bat, as soon as I walk in there, my sanity is going to be at 50%. Of course, the average is going to move around a little bit, but when I walk in there, I'm at 50%. I'm at the threshold for almost any ghost to hunt, except for shade. So if I go in here, get hunted immediately, we can pretty much rule out shade right off the bat. And I'm still going to try for a perfect investigation. It's a 4.01 multiplier. I don't know where the hell that 0.01 came from, and I could not narrow it down or backtrack to figure out how I had done that. So whatever. I'll bring an EMF reader in, because that is going to be part of our objectives. We're going to try to do the objectives. We're going to try to fill out the photo album. Like I said, we're still going to go for hopefully a perfect investigation. Hopefully I don't die. But, hey, it happens, right? Alright, so let's go in here. Headlamp is on. Let's see if this ghost decides to hunt right off the bat. Our ghost is throwing shit already. Alright. So let me just put the crucifix there. So this is already a little interesting. So it was throwing stuff before I came into the room. And now that I'm in the room, it stopped. So it's gonna event on me. That's nice. Now the reason I say that, that's an EMF 4. The reason I say that is because it's a shade won't interact with items. They have a very low chance to interact with items while you're in the room with them. So it was very active until I walked in here, and now it's doing nothing. Also, like I said, any ghost can hunt, except for a shade. We might have just walked into the house and got a shade right off the bat. That's very interesting. Especially in these houses, because it's so hard sometimes with the barriers. See, so a shade can step right here and hunt. You know, because that's technically outside of the ghost room, because there's a barrier here. Step right here and hunt. Hi. Alright, let's see. A shade also usually doesn't do full form like that. We're going to leave that ghost in there to figure out what it wants to do with its life. Oh my god, it's still... Crazy ghost. Alright, so we are now in shade hunting territory too, which is very interesting. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing yet. I'm actually going to go back in there. Escape it during a hunt. We can go ahead and get that objective done and watch it. We'll just get right to watching this ghost. And let me go ahead and grab another smudge stick. Let's see what happens. Could be a shade. I'm going to hurry up and try to get back to the ghost room. Turn my headlamp off so I don't forget to turn it off. Do you hear that? I thought it was hunting for a second, to be honest. I thought I heard the sounds of a hunt starting and a ghost groaning. So it did step in all of the salt in this room. So I'm going to step out. It killed the power. What a frickin' turd. So it's getting me to leave the room. It's kind of funny. We might actually have a shade. And again, once I left the room, it interacted. And now that I'm back in the room, it's not really doing anything. Killed the power again. So I'm going to leave the room. We'll see if it bites that crucifix while I'm gone. Sometimes it takes them a second. Just turn the light off. But I'm going to stand over here. Because I'm technically outside of the ghost room. So it's interacting. Knocked 2 pictures off the wall. So I'm going to get back in the room. It's not a shade. Wow. Unless it just barely stepped out to hunt. But I'm gonna say it's not a shade. It just took a while for it to hunt. Ah! We got a banshee, maybe. We might have a banshee that knows I'm here by myself. I am the only target it has. It has no reason in the world. It's up there now. That's very interesting. Alright, so what I'm doing while we wait for the ghost to hunt is I'm just going to go ahead and look for the bone. It's speeding up and slowing down and speeding up and slowing down. Hey! You know what we have? Oh shit! Whoa! Man, that thing just kind of snuck up on me. Alright, so originally I was thinking twins. Because that sounded slower than normal, but then it started speeding up and slowing down. And speeding up, slowing down. That's not what twins do. Then I started thinking, is this a phantom? Because it's really freaking hard to see. But I don't think it was that invisible. But it did almost bite me in the ass right there at the end. So we're going to listen to another hunt, because now I'm kind of curious if this might be a Hantu. Because a Hantu would be... that scared me. A Hantu would be slower than normal when they're outside of freezing, and they would speed up, of course, where it is freezing. Just found the bone. I don't think I've actually looked in that spot for the bone, but I feel like I would have seen the bone there. So it's almost like it spawned in late or something. That's something that I've seen quite a few times. So we're just going to snap a picture of it. Pick it up. Look at the teddy bear. running and then slowed down again. It's slow in the basement. So another ghost that would be slow and then fast in certain areas would be a Raiju. But here's the difference between a Hantu and a Raiju. A Hantu, when they're outside of freezing temperatures and it's not cold enough for them, they are slower than normal with no line of sight speed, which is kind of what happened on that first hunt. A Raiju is normal speed. And then when they come into contact with electronics or get within range of electronics, that's when they run. So Raijus are normal speed, and then they run. Hantu are slightly slower than normal, and then they run. So that's why I almost mentioned twins in the beginning too, because Hantus are the same pace as the slow twin when they're outside of freezing temperatures. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something a little bit special. If this is a Hantu, we're going to go in there with lights off, and we're going to look for the Hantu's cold breath. This is something that here, I've been playing this game for like 800 hours, and I only just finally saw the Hantu's freezing breath yesterday for the first time. And it was really cool, really creepy too. Really creepy seeing that ghost just kind of, their breath, just that freaking white smoke basically coming out of their face in the dark, because the lights have to be off. The breaker might have to be off too. I'm not so sure about that, but definitely we're gonna do it with the lights off. All right, so I need quite a few pictures. Not hunting yet. I should probably turn on some lights to keep it slow though. Cold breath! Cold breath. Did you see it in the ghost room? Cold breath. We got a Hantu, ladies and gentlemen. Hantu, where are you? Alright. That was really cool. That was really cool seeing its cold breath there. So I need some more pictures. Hear how it's speeding up now? Because the lights are off, the breaker's off, it's getting colder. So I'm gonna grab this other smudge stick. Wait, not yet. I'm gonna grab one more salt, because we gotta come out with a perfect investigation. We need 6 more pictures. I got 3 more pictures out of that one salt. And we're gonna get 3 more pictures with the salt. And that'll fill our photo album. Objectives are done. Objectives are done. Nice. We're just gonna kind of zigzag those for no reason whatsoever. And we're gonna grab the camera. Snap. Snap. Maybe we'll see some more Hantu cold breath too while we're at it. Jesus. I wish I knew for sure which fork it was touching. Ah, hey, buddy. All right. I'm glad to know this game can still kind of freak me out every now and again. Jan Wilson. Jan Wilson. Jan Wilson. Jan, are you a middle child? I'll take that picture. Jan Wilson. Wilson Jan. I'm asking for it, I know. I wonder if I never paid attention to these clocks to see if they actually move. I bet you they don't. So it's 8:05 and a half. We'll see if it changes. Jan Wilson, Jan. Oh, God, hi. Piss you off that bad, huh? Probably gonna be pretty quick. Yep. Because it's gotten colder in the house. So surprisingly, it's not as fast as I thought it was gonna be. But I can still hear the variance in the speed. Yeah. So if it wasn't for that variance in speed right there that I heard, I probably would check for mimic to make sure we didn't have a mimic. But clearly we don't. We have a Hantu that's still just looking for those cold temperatures. Snap. Snap. And snap. And we could also just verify something as well. So Hantu, one of their forced evidence, well, actually I say one of their forced evidence, their forced evidence is freezing. Because they have to have the freezing temperatures, right? That's where they get their speed from. That's where their power comes from. So we'll go in here and also verify it's a Hantu by checking temperatures. We'll check temperatures in the ghost room. It's 11 degrees out here, which is why it's not getting really fast. So this is why it's not running around everywhere, because the house is just not cold enough yet. 8 degrees. It's getting faster, though. Don't you come in here and kill me just because I'm in here fucking around. So it sounds to me like the place where it's the fastest is actually in the hallway right outside the garage. So I need to look in a different spot for the freezing temperatures. Because it's either moved ghost rooms, but it's still... Oh my god, it blew my freaking lighter out! Alright, let's see what the temperatures are out here in the hallway. 10 degrees. It's still in the ghost room, though. I mean, there's no doubt that this is a Hantu. I just wanted to go in here and get those freezing temperatures. Hi. How you doing? 7.3. So, alright, so apparently it's going to take a while for the temperatures to cool off in here. And that is the reason why it's not running around everywhere. That's such a shame. So it used to be that when you walked in to a cold house, or you walk into the house for the first time, the power's been off, the lights have been off, so it's already cold, you know, and you have to warm it back up. So Hantu used to be quick right off the bat, but ever since the update, it takes a while for the house to actually cool down. Like when you're walking around the house, you're looking for cold temperatures, trying to find the ghost room. The room where the ghost is, the temperatures are going to be almost similar to the rest of the house. Let's say like Ridgeview, for example. Every time I go to Ridgeview, it's 20 to 22 degrees throughout the whole house. The ghost room will be the only room that's colder. But when you first find the ghost room, it might be 18 or 19. So your second questioning, you're like, is this really the ghost room? Or is there just a small variance in temperatures? But then you'll see it go from 18 to 17, 10, 5, you know, as the match goes on. So Hantus are always starting out slow now, and it takes a while, even though that they're one of the ghosts that needs freezing temperatures. The ghost room is not freezing temperatures to start. It slowly cools down throughout the match, just like any other ghost. So that's why Hantus are a little tricky at first, and why I've actually miscalled Hantu in place of the twins, or vice versa before, because I thought I had a slow twin when it was actually a Hantu, or vice versa, as I said, because the Hantu without freezing temperatures is as slow as the slow twin. So, but we did get our cold breath, you know, so we do know it's a Hantu. It was starting to get a little faster as the match went on. Hantu it was. That is actually like my third or fourth Hantu in the last couple of days too. I usually don't get Hantu. I usually end up with mimics, twins, Jinn. Jinn is probably one of my most usual ghosts that I get. So anyway, that was our match against a Hantu at Tanglewood with limited evidence. Well, in that situation, we really had no evidence. Even though we had the option for evidence, we didn't get it. We just looked for characteristics, traits of that specific ghost, behavior, to identify what it was. So that was a Hantu. That was our no jump scare YouTube channel video. But by all means, if you guys like doing jump scares and sound alerts and stuff, this game still freaks me out, and I'm okay with that. So you can find me over at Twitch. I'll have my my link to my stream in the description, and come on over there, hang out. We'll do everything real time. In the meantime, thank you guys very much for joining for this video, and I hope to see you in the very near future for another YouTube video or over on Twitch to have some conversation. Bye.